everyone, it's Maddie from M&Z Vlogs. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. In this week's video, I decided I wanted to do another recipe for you guys. And this one is going to be my homemade lasagna. I know everyone makes their lasagnas differently, like some people add onions and peppers to theirs. But I worked with what I had at home this time, and I really wanted to show you guys how I make this recipe. And with that being said, let's get in today's video. The ingredients you'll need are lasagna noodles, tomato sauce, petite diced tomatoes. You could optionally add in some mushrooms and onions, but I didn't have any onions on hand. We also have 2 pounds of ground beef, ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, shredded, 1 egg, some sliced mozzarella cheese, black pepper, Italian seasoning, salt, and minced garlic. So right here I am just adding in some kosher salt to a pot of water that I will be boiling the lasagna noodles in. Next, I'm going to be taking 2 pounds of ground beef and placing it into the saucepan so I could brown it. Once you have your ground meat browned up, you're going to want to strain it and then add in your minced garlic. And I'm adding in about a few squirts of minced garlic. If you want to add in fresh garlic, which I unfortunately didn't have on hand at the time, I would do 2 to 4 minced garlic cloves. And now I'm just taking that 1 can of petite diced tomatoes and pouring it into the pan. And then I'm going to go in and add this whole entire can of tomato sauce. So you'll see right here that I added in a little bit more tomato sauce. I went to fill up the can with water to get the remaining bits out. So now I'm just going to mix all of this together and then add in my Italian seasoning. So I don't have an exact measurement of how much Italian seasoning to use. For me, I just do everything until it tastes okay to me, and so this is just probably about a teaspoon or 2. Now I will just be going in with a little bit more pepper. Next, this is just a preference thing, but I'm going to use 1 can of mushrooms, and I prefer the mushrooms to be fresh, but I'm using what I have on hand today, so this will just have to do. And since this pasta water is now boiling, I'm going to go ahead and add in whatever I have left of these lasagna noodles. In this case, I have 5 of them left. So we're just gonna put these in like so, and then wait for them to soften. and then just let them boil for the time that it says on your packaging. So when I went to go taste test this meat sauce, I decided that it needed a little bit more salt in, so that is just what I'm doing here. I'm adding a few pinches of it. At this point in cooking the meat sauce, I noticed that it was looking a little bit liquidy, and so I decided to add in another half can of tomato sauce, and that is what I'm doing right here. You can go ahead and add the whole can if you'd like to, but out of our preference, we don't like it too saucy either, so I just went in with a little bit more than half of the can and just stirred it in. So the sauce was looking a little too red for me, so I decided to take some parsley and just put some over the meat sauce to give it a little bit more color. And this is how my meat sauce is currently looking. So let's go ahead and move on to the cheese filling. Right here, this is 32 ounces of ricotta cheese, and I'm going to be adding the whole thing in today. And after adding in your ricotta cheese, you're just going to take a few sprinkles of this Parmesan cheese and just sprinkle it into the mixture. Now I am just adding in 1 egg as a mixing bindant. I'm just going to take a little bit of kosher salt and some pepper and just sprinkle it into the mixture just to give it some flavor. I'm just going to go ahead and add in a little bit of parsley for some color. This is how the cheese filling is looking, so now we're going to assemble it. So in a greased baking dish, you're going to take your lasagna noodles. In this case, mine are oven ready, just for the bottom layer, and I'm going to be starting the first layer. Next, you are going to want to take your cheese filling and just scoop a little bit of it on top of the noodles and spread it around into an even layer. Once you have your layer of cheese spread over your noodles, what you're going to want to do next is add your meat filling sauce. After assembling your meat sauce, right here I am just taking 6 slices of mozzarella cheese and just putting that on top of the lasagna layer. So I'm done layering my lasagna, but I unfortunately got distracted and I messed up the layering. So I got the first layer okay. I kind of didn't do as I should with the ricotta filling, but this works, it's okay, mistakes happen. So what I'm just gonna do to top this lasagna with is I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese at the top and just sprinkle it. And I'm also going to go in with some shredded mozzarella cheese and do the same thing and just have them mixed together at the top to make a beautiful crust when we go to bake it. And it will still taste like lasagna. It'll be okay. Mistakes happen. But I'll leave the correct layering in the description box. below of how it's supposed to be. And this is how the lasagna is looking right before I put it into the oven. So my oven was preheated to 375 degrees, and you're going to want to put this in for 35 minutes. The lasagna is now done, and this is how it looks. Guys, that is my homemade lasagna recipe. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you can, if you are not already doing so. And I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.